If you're someone who struggles with doing things by yourself, like going out to eat, going out to the movies, solo traveling with Tracee Ellis Ross was a masterclass on how to enjoy your own company. And there's some things that I want to talk to you about from a licensed therapist perspective. Hey everybody, if you are new here, welcome. But if you are a returning subscriber, you already know how my review videos go. Full disclosure, there will be spoilers in this video. So if you have not watched Solo Travel, go on over to the Roku channel. It's only 3 episodes long. Each episode is less than 1 hour. And trust me, season 1 was juicy. So before we get into it, I need for you to put in the comment section. I got 2 questions for you this time. What did you think about solo traveling with Tracee Ellis Ross? But also too, are you one of those people who struggle with doing things by yourself? Be honest, let us know, and let's chat about it. The first thing we have to talk about is how Tracee Ellis Ross plans ahead. You didn't know she went to 3 different places internationally. She went to Morocco, she went to Mexico, and she went to Spain, all by herself. Obviously, she had a filming crew with her. This was a great glimpse into what it's like when you are traveling, when you're unpartnered, not married or in a relationship, and when you're childless and don't have children of your own. So the first thing that we seen with her, in order to enjoy your own company, she planned ahead by packing the things that she enjoyed. We saw her at her house with her little clothes rack, packing all different types of things. And she says she packs for different types of elements. She packs for joy, right? She packs and brings some of her nicest things because that's just what she loves. She also packs for the weather, and she also packs for a little bit of fun too. I loved how she took care of all of her expensive things. We've seen her wrapping up her really expensive jewelry and shoes. That I'm bringing these, and these are nice, and I don't want them to get messed up, so I take good care of my stuff. And what I loved about it is sis does not miss when it comes to clothes. Okay, I am not a fashionista. I am not a fashion girl. I just be wearing whatever sometimes, but she does not miss. And to be 52, her body is bodying, okay? I mean, body is fine like wine. She didn't wait until she got to her destination, to the place, to try to figure out what she was gonna bring, or she wished she would have brought this. She planned ahead to make her experience as enjoyable as possible. The second way that Tracee Ellis Ross enjoyed her solo time was she didn't stay inside. I mean, there's nothing wrong with going on a trip and just being in the hotel or taking a little spa day and just chilling, but she went out and explored. She went to restaurants and sat by herself. She shopped and spent some money. We seen her eating all different types of breads and fine wines, and she went to this rug shop, and she went to all of these different places. She even was fascinated by a nut cart. She went to markets. She mingled with the locals. She wasn't bougie and uppity. One thing that I noticed about her is that she was very personable. So when she went into different stores, she got permission to film. Is it okay if I film in here? And then they said yes. And every person that she met, y'all, she got their name. I don't know if you noticed that, but I was like, every single person she meets, she's like, what's your name? And she addressed them as such. And obviously that's just respect and manners, but this is a masterclass on how you should be able to be respectful and kind to other people, especially when you're in foreign territory. And obviously because she had a film crew there, right? People were looking when they were eating, because she was eating by herself at some restaurants, at the bar, solo, dolo, as we like to say. And then that gave her the opportunity to have conversations. Every single place she went, she wound up having a conversation with someone at the end of her night, or a group of people that were at a table. And so it wasn't as if she was just alone and isolated, but she also enjoyed having great conversation with great people. Before we move on, it has come to my attention that only 4 to 5% of you guys who watch my videos are subscribed to my channel. I need for us to get that number up. So it would mean the world to me if you enjoy my content. Please just take a second to hit that subscribe button, because it helps me to create content like this for you every single week. The third thing that Tracee Ellis Ross taught us in regards to being solo dolo is that she focused on the here and now. And as a therapist, we use that term a lot, but it's basically just being in the present moment. It's being aware of your senses, your taste, touch, smell, sight, hearing, all of those things. She was a beautiful example of what it's like to be in the present moment. She talked about, look at the trees. Do you hear those birds? Look at that beautiful waterfall. All of the things that she did engaged her senses, which made her stay here and not back home, not all the work that she had to do, not all of the family drama, not all of the. It was genuinely her being in the present moment, enjoying her own company with nature. And it was dope to watch because she was fascinated with like that pinkish, rustish color. She was like, there it is, and there it is again, and I love this color, and I have this at my house. And she was equating things that she would see in the environment out and about in different places, what was familiar to her at home. Most of the time, we have a problem with this because we can't sit still enough just to enjoy life, to enjoy silence. We have to have a TV on. We have to have a radio on. We have to have our social media scrolling. We have to do all of those things, and we can't just sit and be still. Literally about a week ago, my nephew had came over to my house, and my nephew's a bit older. He's knocking on 30-ish, right? And so he came into my room, and I was laying on my bed. The TV was on, but it had this screensaver on, so I wasn't watching anything. My lights was dim, and he was like, "Are you sick?" And I said, "No, why you say that?" He was like, "You're just laying here basically in the dark, like not doing anything." And I said, "Well, I can't just be with my own thoughts. Why do I always have to be doing something?" And he said, "You're right." And he walked out of my room. So we have this misconception that you always have to be doing something, and you can't just take a moment of calmness, of stillness, and turn off the radio, get off of social media. You don't have to have the TV on. Just enjoy your own company and be with your own thoughts for a minute. The fourth thing that I noticed about Tracee Ellis Ross in this show is that she was very raw with her feelings and her emotions. As we all know, she does not have any children of her own. She's single, unpartnered, not sure if she's dating anyone. It seemed like she may have just got out of a situation because she said, when she was in Morocco, she said, "I feel lonely tonight, and I'm not sure if it's because I'm missing a certain someone." I assume that that was like a romantic situation, but I don't want to make assumptions, okay? She was raw about, "I'm going these beautiful places. I'm doing all of these great things. I have a driver driving me around. I'm staying in some of the best places. I'm eating at some of the most top tier restaurants. But at the end of the day, when I get in my bed at night, I still feel this sense of loneliness." And I love that rawness, and I love that honesty, because she could have done this show and just been like, "I'm perfect. I'm a celebrity. My life is grand. Come with me to experience all of my wonderful travels. There's never going to be a low moment." But we saw the realness of it all. Talked about how happiness and joy feels differently in her body. I said, "Oh, sis been in therapy, okay? She's been in therapy." And we also saw her keep it real when she got sick. I mean, we didn't see the video of it, but we heard the audio and the footage of her crying because she wasn't feeling well, of how she needed to call her mom, okay? She called Diana Ross like, "Mama, I need to talk to you. I'm feeling better, but I just needed to talk to my mama." Truthfully, they could have took that out. They could have just made this perfect and was just like, "Nope, nothing bad happened." But they kept in all of the realness. We even seen her get rained in. When she went to Mexico, I believe it was raining for a few days. So obviously she couldn't go out and enjoy things like she normally would. Plus she got food poisoning. Woo! And these are all real things that can happen to you, that can happen to me when we go places, and we have to be prepared for those things. And I guess I was just so excited about this because I have an international solo trip coming up in T-minus 30 days from the making of this video. I was taking notes about how to enjoy my own company as well, even though I'm pretty good at it. I have no problem being alone. The fifth thing that I had to mention about Tracee Ellis Ross in this show in regards to solo traveling was this was also a masterclass in business. Listen, if you weren't paying attention, we obviously know she has a hair care line called Pattern, which I love the products, by the way. I've used the shampoo and the deep conditioners before, and I love it. And I have like 4 something here. I don't think I have 4C, but I'm in the 4B.5-ish. I'm close. And it did wonders for my hair. And so we've seen her talk about Pattern. We've seen her products. We've seen her have ads in between different segments about Pattern. We've seen her take down her braids in Morocco and use some of her Pattern products. And while we're here, can we talk about how we saw a Black woman take down her braids on national television? It don't get no realer than that. This was real deal Holyfield, right? Obviously, Tracee Ellis Ross has a different texture of hair, right? But at the same time, it was beautiful to see because this is something that we would do in regular life. And she could have done that off camera and not been embarrassed by her hair looking all crazy. But even with that, that was an opportunity for her to showcase her products, and she did. And it was done in a way where it didn't feel rushed. It felt natural. It felt like, okay, girl, you getting your hair products and you doing your hair. This is what we do. You better believe it made me think about, oh, do I need to go out and get some more shampoo and conditioner from Pattern? Because let me go and get some today. So this show, I vote 10 out of 10, okay? I would love for it to be a season 2. I would have loved more episodes from season 1. That was my biggest gripe. I was like, we only got 3? girl, you need to go some other places so we can see what you're doing. But her goofy, quirky personality made this even more hilarious and fun and funny. And I love the flexibility that she had. There was one night when she was taking down her braids, like we talked about, where she got dressed and she went to the place and she was like, you know what? I really don't even want to be here, right? And I'm talking about she done did hair, makeup, wardrobe. And she was like, I'm just going to go back to the room and I'm going to order some room service. And sis had French fries and took down her hair, right? So I love the fact that she did not stick to this rigid routine of what you have to do. If you didn't feel like it, if she wanted to go back and put on t-shirts and some sweats, she did that. And the underlying message was, it's okay to be by yourself. It's okay to enjoy your own company. I can guarantee you, when you connect back with other people, they will appreciate you so much more for knowing yourself. So thank you so much for watching another video on my channel. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Be blessed. Bye.